Good evening. We welcome you here to the regular meeting of West Valley City Council. We call our meeting to order, and we will note that we have 6 members of the council present. Councilwoman Karen Lang is excused. And we will begin by turning to Councilman Rushton for our opening ceremony.
Thank you, Mayor. In a moment, I'll ask everyone to rise and join me in a Pledge of Allegiance, but just did want to point out that today is Election Day, and of that great civic sacrament that we all participate in is here in the way that we can help craft and shape our community. I was in talking with people that are diehard voters and some that rarely or ever vote during this election season. I had somebody quote to me a thought by the poet and author David Foster Wallace, who pointed out that, quote, "In reality, there is no such thing as not voting. You either vote by voting or you vote by staying home and tactically doubling the value of some other's vote." And so I think that's a good thought. The polls stay open till 8, and please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we do have some groups that we'll recognize a little later in the program, but we do have some scouts here tonight, and I don't think you're all in one group, are you? There's a couple of groups there. So what we would like for you to do, just to welcome you here, and I think some of you are aware, we'd like one of your troop to come up and give us your troop number, the schools you attend, and why you're here, what you're working on. And if you have a troop patrol leader or someone, and whichever one gets up first, then we'll go to the next one.
We're Troop 664, and we go to Hunter Junior and Brockbank, and we're from the Oquirrh Mountain District.
Thank you. I'll bet you're working on citizenship in the community too.
We're Troop 4132.
32.
And we go to Monticello, Hillside, and New Armstrong County. All different.
Okay, and working on citizenship in the community?
Yes.
Great. Good to have you here. Were there any others? Did that get all the scouts or groups who were visiting? Okay. With that, next on our agenda is approval of our minutes. We have our minutes of October 20th, and turn to the council for a motion on the minutes.
Mayor, I move for approval of our October 20th minutes.
Do we have a second?
Second.
So we have a motion and a second. It's properly before us. Any discussion? Seeing no discussion, then we'll place it for a vote. All in favor of approving the minutes of October 20th, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. Motion passes unanimously. The minutes are approved. Next we have awards and ceremonies, proclamations that we do. And tonight we have a couple of Employee of the Month awards. We'll turn first to Councilman Vincent.
Yeah, bear with me. I'm battling a cold here, so I hope I can make it through this. This is submitted by Nancy Day, and it's for Clint Birmingham. Would you stand, Clint? So we can have everybody stare at you. Clint has worked for the West Valley Family Fitness Center for over 13 years. He was first hired as a part-time lifeguard, but then full-time position in aquatics came open. He was quickly promoted. He is currently the aquatics section supervisor for the Family Fitness Center. This position requires him to be vigilant in many management skills, including personnel management, financial strategies, revenue and expense, marketing, customer service, risk management, just to name a few. Clint has excelled in each of these areas, which is reflected by his ongoing success. Clint's knowledge and expertise in the aquatics field is also recognized within the state as well as nationally. He is the current Utah Aquatics representative on the board of directors of the Utah Recreation and Parks Association. Additionally, he recently passed a rigorous course, exam, and interview to become one of only about 90 aquatics facility operators, instructors, trainers within the United States. This is a prestigious accomplishment and only emphasized Clint's talent and dedication. The aquatics area has a large variety of patrons, and Clint has had a number of these customers who have concerns or complaints and would like emphasis placed on their needs. He has handled these situations delicately and with extreme professionalism. There have been times when he couldn't deliver what the customer wanted, yet his communication and customer service skills assisted in creating a positive outcome. And then there's an email that was sent to Clint that says, "Thank you for the update. Your prompt response and efforts to fix the problems are very commendable. You have not only addressed the problem, but actively followed through to fix them. As you can tell from my email address, I work for the state of Utah. I must say that I don't often see this high level of customer service in any level of government that you are exhibiting here. I don't mean to go off on such a tangent, but I sure do appreciate all you do." Nancy goes on, could go on about Clint's tremendous training methodology for his staff and how they respect him and enjoy his leadership. However, I don't believe that is necessary. I've outlined many of the things that show Clint's focus and loyalty to the profession of the city. For these and many other accomplishments, Clint is deserving of the Employee of the Month award. Thank you for your consideration, Nancy. We'd like to have you come up and accept this. And Clint, if you could just take a minute and introduce your family.
My wife and 3 of my kids, not the baby.
By yourself?
My grandpa.
Okay, thank you, Councilman Vincent. Next, we go to Councilman Steve Bueller for another Employee of the Month award.
Thank you, Mayor. And I wondered how we could have 2 employees of the month and wondered if it was just government excess. But I've been assured that they're both very deserving. And this employee of the month is Stephanie Labaka. Are you here? Would you stand up, please, so we can recognize you? This nomination was submitted by Courtney Trainer. I would like to nominate Stephanie Labaka as Employee of the Month. Stephanie has worked in the courts for 6 years and always shows a great example of customer service to the public. She is the first person to answer the phone with a smile, greet our public at the front counter, ready to assist in a positive and professional manner, or even just to have so much compassion and patience for others that she will listen to our defendants' problems with a caring ear over the telephone. She makes the public feel important, especially when they are upset if they receive a citation or have to come to court. Stephanie is the type of employee who will gladly help out when needed and is always willing to learn something new. She enters our citations and sets court dates for our cases. This job is consistent as we receive hundreds of citations on a weekly basis, and I've not once known Steph to fall behind in her job duties. She gets her work done in a timely manner and then finds other jobs to complete throughout her day. Stephanie is a team player and always participates in our work functions. I believe that Stephanie should be nominated for Employee of the Month for her excellent customer service to the public and her dedication to her job and other employees. The courthouse is usually not a pleasant place for people to visit. They are angry, sad, upset, frustrated, and so much more. Great customer service is hard to come by these days, but Stephanie exemplifies this. She comes to work with a positive attitude and is always willing to assist the public in any way she can. So Stephanie, congratulations. Will you come up and receive your award and shake our hands, please? And then would you just let us know who's come with you to support you today?
Yeah, well, my husband had to go to the restroom with my other two children, but
But he's helping out, all right?
yeah.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next, we have our Division of the Quarter Award. Mr. Isaac nominated the Division of Arts and Culture, and so we're going to, or I have the opportunity to read what gave them the honor of being awarded this for this quarter. Let's see, I know there's quite a few of the staff members here that I see, and I guess to follow that same tradition, maybe we'll have all of those who are staff members from the Division of Arts and Culture stand, since you're all being recognized. There we go, all in a row. With that then, during the past 12 years, the employees of the Division of Arts and Culture have worked tirelessly to provide opportunities for our citizens of all ages to enjoy educational programming, art, concerts, cultural presentations, and wonderful gallery exhibitions. The Division of Arts and Culture calls the Utah Cultural Celebration Center their home away from home. And indeed, many weekend and evening hours are spent at the center to ensure that businesses, government, and private parties who rent the facilities for sales meetings, banquets, strategy meetings, weddings, and other private events are provided with the best customer service possible to ensure their success. The staff is committed to ensuring that whoever comes into the center feels welcome, has a positive experience, and more importantly, will return. To that end, many hours are spent by the entire staff cleaning, emptying garbage, buffing the floors, setting up chairs and tables, taking them down and storing them, only to bring them out again the following evening. It is estimated that well over 800,000 people have visited the center, and they are constantly complimenting the staff on how beautiful and clean the center is, and what a warm and inviting atmosphere is present. The staff makes this happen. It is not unusual to see management and administrative personnel with a broom or a mop in their hands, cleaning up a spill, or sweeping up dust, or vacuuming the gallery, even before their shift begins. Excited about the next 10 years with the construction of the basement beginning hopefully next year, the staff is fully engaged in strengthening existing programming, scheduling new events, and increasing rental opportunities at the center. New staff members have been added to assist in marketing, graphic design, and increasing our social media presence. They are an exceptional group of individuals, committed and passionate about the mission, and work hard every day as a team to accomplish the goals and objectives they have been given to achieve. For this reason, Paul Isaac nominated the entire staff of the Division of Arts and Culture for the Quarterly Award to provide them with recognition for their ongoing work in making the division and the Cultural Celebration Center another crown jewel in our city. Thank you very much. And we'd like all of you to come up. You'll stand in the middle. Good to see you.
picture of me and smile. I'm smiling.
Okay, thank you. We appreciate you all being here, and a great group of people that have made a shining star of a great asset in our city, the Utah Cultural Celebration Center. Next on our agenda is the comment period, and we have one individual who signed up for public comments. He knows all the rules, and unless someone else comes forward, Mike Markham is a regular here. We appreciate him coming and participating. Mr. Markham.
It's Mike Markham, 3008 Alice Circle. I'm just here to kind of give you a little report on my pet peeve lot. I spoke to Karen Lang at one of the food truck parties. She wanted me to kind of let her know, but she's not here. But I sent an email to the code enforcement officer the other day wanting to know what the status of that house was. And I said, when are they going to court? Because in a previous email, he had told me that that house had been assessed several $1,000s in fines and they were going to court. His response back was, I asked the attorney and he said he didn't know if they had just paid, appealed, or skipped. I will come up and take pictures and cite the landlord again. I can't cite the landscaping, which is the biggest issue, until May 1st of 16. And just and then he gave me the attorney's name and so forth. Which maybe that's why some of these things fall through the cracks. You know, it gets lost someplace. You know, we're now, I think today we went through the 5th big pickup day at the house. The crap's still laying out in the front. Now we've got furniture out on the front lawn. There was 5 or 6 bags of just raw garbage laying out to the side of the house because they still don't have a garbage can. And on top of that, Ray Hinkle, who is with the Public Works, had a dumpster put right in front of this house. And nothing from that house was put in it. So I think as long as we have some of these issues in places like this falling through the cracks, I don't know where the city's going. We seem to be very focused on the city center, but there's more to West Valley City than the city center. And I know there's other issues out there with bad yards, and there's bad yards all over this valley because I go see them all. Because with one of my jobs, I'm in all the different neighborhoods all over the state. So, but we're the ones that are always focused on being bad. You know, who read the newspaper this morning? I think 2 of the 3 criminal things in the newspaper this morning was West Valley. We need to start looking like in our neighborhoods we care. And quit being so soft on some of these people. The landlord that owns this house in question lives in a very nice big house in Morgan. Apparently money is no issue to him, or we're not citing him, he's not paying the bill. I don't know what to say to get some of this stuff done. But you know, and to defend the attorney, he is not necessarily the attorney on this case. This is just the attorney that Steve contacted on. Thanks. Good luck, Corey.
Thank you very much. Anyone else here to comment publicly? If not, then we'll close that portion of the meeting. We turn to our city manager. Any comments?
Not tonight, Mayor. I'm good.
Okay, thank you. And following our agenda, any comments from the city council? Seeing none, we'll move right along. Traditionally, all of the items that we review in our council meetings for the benefit of the scouts here visiting are discussed in a previous council meeting. So tonight we have a very light agenda. We have one resolution, Resolution 15-183, This is to ratify the city manager's appointment of Matthew Lovato to the Planning Commission. There is an opening there, and this individual is being recommended to serve on there from now, November 3rd, through July 1st of 2019. That is the issue before us. And so, with that brief introduction, doesn't take much, we'll turn to the council for any comments or action.
I move for approval of resolution 15-183.
I'll second that.
We have the motion and second, it's properly before us. Any comments?
I was just going to comment that last week in our study session, we had a good discussion not only towards Mr. Lovato and his service towards the city and the Planning Commission, but just the general direction of the Planning Commission. It's the goals that the city has and the important role that the Planning Commission plays in that. And so I'm excited to welcome a new member to the Planning Commission, and one that has a good background and good experience in volunteer work within our city.
Okay, thank you. Any further comments? Seeing none, then we'll turn to our city recorder for taking the vote.
Councilman Vincent,
Yes.
Councilman Bueller,
Aye.
Councilman Hume,
Aye.
Councilman Rushton,
Aye.
Councilman Norfelt,
Yes?
and Mayor Bigelow.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, that's taken care of. We do not have a need for an executive session. That concludes the business for our regular meeting. We will just explain, we're going to adjourn this meeting, and you'll see us immediately start holding another very brief meeting. The council serves as the board for several different agencies, the redevelopment agency, the city housing authority, and the municipal building authority. And so you will see us just immediately go to that. You're welcome to stay. They won't be very long. I suspect we might be out of here in about 10 minutes. With that, we'll take our final motion for our regular city council meeting.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Motion passes unanimously. Our regular city council meeting is adjourned.
Call to order the regular meeting of the redevelopment agency. Note that we have had an opening ceremony. All members are present except for Chairwoman Karen Lang. The only item of business that we have today are the minutes of October 20th, 2015. So those are here for your consideration.
Mr. Vice Chair, I move for approval of our October 20th.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion to the minutes? All in favor of approving the minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say no. The minutes are approved unanimously. Mr. Powell, do we have any communications or report today?
No, sir, thank you.
Then we've concluded the business of this meeting, and a motion to adjourn would be in order.
Motion to adjourn.
We have a motion to adjourn. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? We are adjourned.
Call to order the building, West Valley Building Authority. We have had an opening ceremony and a roll call to show that Commissioner Lang has been excused. We have the minutes from October 6th that need to be reviewed and a motion on those.
Mr. Chair, I move for approval of the minutes.
Second.
A motion is second. Any discussion to the motion? We'll call the vote then. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. Do you have any communication to report from the Chief Executive Officer?
No, sir, thanks.
We have one motion remaining.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.
We call to order. Excuse me. We call to order the regular meeting of the Westwood City Housing Authority tonight. Opening ceremony was conducted by Councilman Corey Rustin earlier tonight, and roll call. We have a quorum except Councilwoman Ken Land excluded tonight. Item number 4 is approval of minutes, October 6, 2015. I'm going to turn it over to Council.
Move we approve the minutes.
Okay, that motion, we need a second.
Second.
Okay, thank you. Any further discussion? Okay, none. And all in favor on this motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, please say no. Motion passes unanimously. Item number 5, number 6 is we have a communication and report of Executive Director. I will turn these 2 items over to Mr. Pyle.
Thanks, sir. And no, I don't have anything to report tonight.
Okay, thank you. And we have one last motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you. And all in favor on this motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, please say no. A motion passes unanimously, and we adjourn.